Hello, hello. Good evening. I wasn't expecting to come on today, because we had the equinox recently, but a friend texted me this morning and reminded me that today is actually incredibly momentous. Today is actually a highly significant event. I'd completely forgotten about it. I've been teaching the past few days and the energy was so high, I'd literally just forgotten everything. But then she reminded me, and I knew at some point today I had to just come on and talk to you and share with you and connect with you. Connect, that feels so important right now. Connection of our hearts. And it's funny when she told me what was happening today, and then I looked back at the post that I wrote today and the wisdom that I'd been given by my guides. And they said there is a renaissance of our hearts and our souls, a rebirth, a reset, an opportunity to begin again, to rise up into who we truly are, into all that we are, into all that we can be. And I'd forgotten all this. And then I received that text message that said, today Pluto arrives for the first time in, is it 284 years or 248 years? I can't remember now. But in a long, long, long time, Pluto is back. And the last time that Pluto was here with us, sitting in, oh God, I can't remember. I'm not going to even try and remember. But the last time it was here in the way that it is now, it was the American Revolution, 1775. That was the time when people stood up and said, we don't want to be ruled from afar. We don't want to have someone making us work for nothing and then taking all our produce, all of our results of our hard work, all the things that we are putting our heart and soul into. We don't want someone else coming in and taking this off us and leaving us with nothing. And this is the kind of world that we've been living in. We have been producing goods. We have been on these conveyor belts, just doing things for no reason, caught in this pattern of life that you are born, you go to school, you get a job, you work endlessly, you then retire, and then you die. And it's this production line of just insanity. This is a production line of almost feeling worthless about what it is that we're doing in life. Feeling a lack of richness, a lack of abundance, a lack of heart in everything that we're doing. The pointlessness, the futility of it all. No wonder people questioned and said, why are we here? What's the point of all of this? No wonder people questioned and turned around and said, why do I do this? What's the purpose of all of this? What's the purpose of my life? No wonder the dissatisfaction. We're not robots. We are not these little machines that are just a conveyor belt of life. We are living, feeling, breathing, spiritual, divine lights who are meant to grow. Just as we plant a little seed in the soil, in the garden, and we water it and we nurture it, and we hope that one day this little seed is going to grow up into the most beautiful, fabulous, incredible flower, and we look out at our gardens and we go, I did that, I made that. I planted it and I nurtured it. And just as we are proud of our family of children, and we look and we say, I nurtured them. Did we want to nurture them just to join the conveyor belt of life? No. Children have dreams. When we're children, we see life and we look at it as though it is this exciting and wondrous and beautiful journey ahead. And what am I going to do with my life? And how am I going to travel and see the world and engage with people? And this this incredible passion that we've got for life. And then it stops. And then we say that adulthood comes and reality takes over. It's not a reality. Reality is to dream. Reality is to hope for more, to build as we wish. This is reality. The rest of it is some kind of nightmare that we shut ourselves in. We close the door behind us and we sit in our little boxes and we say, this is now my life. This is all I'm worth. This is all that I am. It's not true. It's never been true. Never will be. The reality of life is that we're meant to be happy. We're meant to be abundant, to experience, to fulfill, to dive into all the riches of life, to experience and love and laugh and just to live. And now finally this Pluto is back, and it is helping us question, it is helping us to step into our own power, the power of each of us. It's not just collectively we have a power, each one of us have it. Each one of us has this ability to go within and find our light. This is what I do. You know, people say, why did I start as a healer? Why? Because I felt so disempowered in my life. I felt so powerless, so empty. And when I discovered who I was and what I was, and discovered how rich life can be by really stepping into everything that we are, by stepping into our light, which is why I call myself that, stepping into your light. And when I discovered how it feels for me, and I look back at how life used to be, how enslaved I kind of felt to my pains, to what people expected of me, to who I felt I should be. And when I discovered there was more to me and more to life, then I wanted to give this to other people. I wanted to help them see and feel the same enlightenment that I had, that it was good to be passionate and good to be excited about life, and to wake up each morning and go, I can't wait to see what today holds for me. I wanted to give that to other people. And this is what Pluto is telling us, that we don't have to live this small life, that we can truly rise up into what it is that we want, into who it is that we are, to bring passion once again into our life, and to recognize that when we stand together with each other, we can create change in any way that we want. The people of America in 1775 got together and they said, we don't want to be trapped by a system that is not of our making and in which we have had no say at all. And I think there is now this collective feeling that we are standing up and say, we want to say in our future, we want to say in where we're going. We have been told for so long, given this route, this path that we're expected to follow, and we don't want to follow it anymore. We don't want to just live this life that our parents lived, and our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and that the neighbours live. We want something different. We want it to be exciting and loving, and to build community, and to be at peace, to feel like our life is rewarding. This is what is coming for us, and it's beautiful and it's exciting. And so I hope that you will plug into this feeling, that you can breathe in the universe and take in all that is on offer for you, and step into your light, into all that you are. because it's what we're meant to do. It's where we're meant to go. And if you can imagine doing that and then thinking, where could this lead me? Anywhere. Anywhere that you want to go. Be a rule breaker. Be a pattern breaker. Be the one who breaks the pattern in your family, who breaks the pattern in community and shows other people that it's possible to live a life of enrichment and enjoyment. I can't imagine now sitting there and looking back at my life and saying, my God, I hated all of it. I can't imagine that. Because when I found what is rewarding, then I'm going to look back, I'm going to say, I'm glad I lived that like that. And I want you to feel glad that you have lived in the way you did. There is no time now to step back. There's no time now to hold back on your dreams. We have personal dreams and we have a collective dream, and I have this vast collective dream for humanity. That we come together and take back our power in a revolution of hearts and minds, a revolution of our soul, a revolution that says, I'm not going to consider myself weak anymore. I'm not going to apologize for who I am. And when each one of us does that, the world will change. We'll never go back. We'll never go back to being in that box, never go back to being in the cage, the prison, the cell of our own making, the cell of their making. It doesn't matter. We're not going back in. We've become, and we are becoming too big for that cell. We're becoming too big to get through that door. So we can't go back. It's impossible. We're out. And now the secret is coming out about how powerful we truly are and what we can achieve and what we can change. It's exciting. So I just quickly grabbed some cards. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to come on today. And they come, I chose, of course, for this wonderful rebellious energy in nature, I chose the Sacred Rebels. Love them. And the cards that came up, the first one is it Trust Yourself? It is, isn't it? And this card speaks about our growth, how we are growing, how we are expanding, how we have come such an incredibly long way from where we are, how we are really, we're becoming who we are. The light inside of us is not just contained in a small way, it is growing massively through all of us and becoming something incredible and powerful. And I want to use the word invincible. Our light is invincible, and we just need to allow that to keep flowing, keep growing, until our light is so big, we just conquer the world. And we have this lovely card. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. You got that? So beyond the mind is the bit that keeps us trapped. The mind is the bit that can theorize and plan, and it can tell us how we should be. And it takes on rules. More than anything, it takes on rules and restrictions. And it's the bit that criticizes others and says, you can't do that. And when we come across a rule, it is the mind that says, I really ought to obey that. Why? We don't know. We just obey it because there is this sense that it's the right thing to do. We won't get in trouble if we obey the rules. This is what our heart says. Sorry, this is what our mind says. But our heart says something different. Our heart says you know what to do. You know actually what is right. You know where it is that you want to go. And this is the bit that we want to follow now, is our heart, is the passion, the dynamism, the excitement of our heart. Like it says, beyond the mind, the heart beats. The heart is alive. It is passionate, and it wants to live. And it wants to show you how you can live and how you can live a life of generosity and wildness and passion and everything. Allow the heart to lead you. Allow the heart to take you wherever it is that you want to go. Our mind will talk us out of anything. It will tell us that we can't do something. The mind will tell us all of this, but the heart just goes, it's all possible. The heart says, I don't believe in restrictions. I don't believe that it's not possible. The heart just loves, and this is the bit that wants to take us forward, because, as I said, it's a revolution of the heart. It is engaging this wonderful, passionate, beautiful, divine organ and energy that wants to take us to magic. It wants to take us home to our light. And then we will feel complete. And then the final card I found was really interesting. It's the first card in the whole pack. After the storm. Storms bring changes. Storms wash away the old. They allow us to start again. Storms are a rebirth. And we've had the storm. My God, have we had the storm. I mean, just the last 3 years of rules and restrictions that we've had, but also so many of us have truly woken up in the last 3 years, and we have been through a personal storm. You know, we have had to face things that we can't imagine. We have grown incredibly. We have had to clear away things that we didn't even know we were carrying, and we've had to face so much of our pain and of who we are. And this storm has cleared. Now we begin to see what's coming. Now we begin to see what we can do. It is the beginning. It is the new start, the fresh start for us all. I'm sure we may not find exactly where we're going immediately. We might, you know, wander down a few dodgy paths and think, oops, I didn't meant to go that way. It doesn't matter. The heart doesn't make mistakes. The heart just experiences. And if we can allow our heart to take us in all these places, it's going to find magic. It's going to find wonder. It's going to find opportunity. And some opportunities you'll love and some you won't love so much. But that's okay. You know, you don't get anyone years later saying, oh my God, I wished I'd never grown so much. I wished I'd never been to all the places that I've been. I've had some hairy times. I've had some, you know, crazy adventures. But everything has made them who they are. And they can really turn around and say they lived. Do you want to live? Do you want to grow and experience? Or do you want to stay small? I'm done with small. I'm done with hiding who I am. I'm done with concealing my light. I'm done with denying my connection to the divine universe. I hope you are too. Because this is our time. Now, as I usually do, there is some light language to come through. It feels empowering and loving. And I want you to sit back. Feel that peace. That beautiful space of possibility. And we're going to fill it with your heart. We're going to fill that space with love and with passion. And just allow this divine activation to come into you. And embrace it. Mora dhaza kai mekia matarasim. Nyamara zombuseko kai motaras vasite kera. Shinkaya Mataramasimi, Shinjugubata, so Darana Pasia, Barata, Siba Camoratashi, Keanya Marasi, Barcano, Rabajacarazia, and Coesinia Maradabrashosi, Canodorsa Shamaradazimishia, and Coza da Coshia, Catamarita Varianta Marataia, Petesia, Comatarjaxia, and you shunkaise, Patatinia Korashikazi, Matarabishinicaisa, and you shumishora da Sia, Camora Bazina, Kamada Marjiki, Meshotara Masiva, Kayonorkosia, Kamarati Shika is Madarapsia, and the Matiania Marabaya, Komorakaisna Kasia Wadarina, I should that is Zibakayo, Unkaismia, Tarabajana, Kasia dosura Matashia. Matasi or mata, abretenne kia, kamatasi, petul kashu kashinia, white marati, Nakasi odarmasi, parando sushu karasimia, and Isaiah, a maridejma, rebedarekianko, arodozna parsi, and ormatatais mekasi, aramatazimi or horocosti, talijukus power, paridashnishia, moshia, okaya, marabatasinki daramasa. Porodosa, sora matarabia, como cara, ekai, aima, ayamorbatarshnikiswa, shanya siama, ermasivara. Nakazima siama karobatar, hukaro doza, ajnik mashima kaya baratasi, miara morosho, motor simsudara, injugoishke, itabayamada. Edarami iwaya, aramatashini kushia, jasi marabatashi. And usura motorashi, parakioka inyaka, shona, ajona, ajimi waradabrashi, sunkuziga rabatarikura, atiamara, aybayana markaishi, and yesi aramatarashi. Morozo sima. Natatia, dia datiama, Hudadiamia, Baratachikiwash, Koka, Ima, Jima, Imo, Rabatarshina, Kedaja, Diama, Giania, Barati, Nadia, Nada, Baiti, Morga de Patel, Korabakishi, Kingoja, Shinyashi, ora mata, Pira Dasi, Piamata, Riboro, Atabarbotakimia, Koya Namarajin. Anupasia, Anipatasima, Aparete Marabishka, Higo, Utasha, Kyoda, Shanjibisio, Mo Ajna, Paya, Inya Marabatara Payoko Karatashi, Shakaya, Navarabeta Ronto Parasi, Shika, Ota Ita Aita Morbatata, Bayana Baji, Kanakasi, Yana Dazinka, Inga, Anya Mo Oya Darmaji, Anya Saya, Porto Shisi, wa Inya Seika Motaraji, Anya Tasi. Kanya jashike yakia mata yina barajikeo koda nebari maya marabari anyaka ishka ay mayo dodoshi shuka ayana bari bidite ishiba imarabarishiku kay norasi anya tarabzizi zamawayi la bido bayi barade barabari kamarabatakishko anja tesi shaya barabadari no oramati inya imara oka iora datkishi kanya darabshi kushu kabaradeshi anya sia chicha Paradashin, Aya Mota, Anyatasinya, Baya, Parabaraya, Marakea, Corasia, but to Prusia, Barasi, and Geadorum Cujo, dozi Yamia Tabraki, O Dashi, Parabazinia Ishke, or Odoshasia. Paradisa, ora petekio morashi, paradesinya, ai be o natajine che vare motor shusi, anje dar messiah, paradasi. Akia amada niamara, o shaboka yata brashimishika, and yasimur se ora matasi, and yatara ora idora mosha. Mujnika yora vadarjiniki shaya, nasiara, purpusora zia. A real heart opening activation to clear the solar plexus to allow this light to come in, to allow us to step forward in love and to release the self-judgment that we make always upon ourselves about who we should be, and to know that freedom is not a bad thing. To stand up, to rise up, to ask for the freedom, to demand for the freedom, to take the freedom that is yours. is not a bad thing. That we can do this and we can become, once and for all, who we truly, truly are. So thank you. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for always being here with me. I'll be back as we step forward further into the beautiful energies that are carrying us forward now on our life journey. Light blessings to you all. Bye-bye.